It's far too easy to forget. The next Saturday, another one of our elite boxers in a world title fight. On Saturday the 27th in Helsinki, Carl Froch fights for the vacant WBC super middleweight title against Arthur Abraham. It's part of the Super 6 tournament. It's the serious part of the Super 6 tournament. Abraham was unbeaten when the Super 6 started, and so was Froch. They've both lost once since. It's been a long and brilliant journey to this fight, and I'm delighted to say that Carl joins me now. Good evening, Carl.
Good evening, Steve.
Well, I've never known a fight like last week stir so many people up. That's for absolute sure.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Quite staggering. Anyway, Carl, next week, Arthur Abraham, I don't want to use the word make or break fight, but is it fair to say it's the most important fight of your career?
Yes, I think every fight at top level, when it's for a world title or it's an eliminator or you're defending it, it's always your most important. You're doing as good as your last fight, so I need to do the business against Arthur Abraham next Saturday, and I know what I need to do to beat him, so I've got to just get the game plan right and just concentrate. And that's half my problem. That's why Robert McCracken loses his mind with me in the corner sometimes, because I do it my own way sometimes and I shouldn't. If I listen to Rob and do what I've been working on for the last 3 or 4 months, I can make this half an easy night's work.
Yeah, and Rob has lost his mind of you a few times in the corner in various fights, Carl. What have you done to sort of combat the fact that you maybe go off on your own course instead of, following a game plan or following instructions?
I've been just taking his advice and trying to concentrate and focus and not switch off when I'm sparring. I've had a couple of really good sparring partners in, and just concentrating on using my jab, using my footwork and using my boxing skills, which I had as an amateur, instead of thinking, when I hit this guy on the chin, when I hit him on the chin, he's going to go, so I'll do a shortcut and try and smack him early and end up walking into a few digs, and then before you know it, you're in the trenches taking grenades with top-level fighters, which ain't where you want to be. So,
it's an unnecessary position to be in.
I mean, late on, if you're struggling and you're training the force on the floor, then go for it. But no, I'm gonna really try and box and move and use my skills and shock everybody and win this title as simply as possible, if that's possible.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Instead of making it a hard fight, try and make it potentially a hard fight, an easy fight. Now, a lot of people talk about Abraham and say, oh, he's a hard nut to crack. I've got to be honest with you, Carl. Apart from the fact that his hands are high and he's got good foot movement, I don't see him as a hard nut to crack. I see him as a good fighter, but I don't see him as... I think he's fairly straightforward in many ways. Yeah,
very crude, very one-dimensional and very
strong.
Basic. He's strong, but let's not forget he's strong at middleweight. He's had 2 fights at super middleweight, won one and lost one.
Yeah,
so
good point.
I'm not getting carried away, but I'm not going to get too carried away with being impressed with him anyway, because I've got to fight him. I don't want to put him on a pedestal. I'll take him serious, and I'm giving him the respect he deserves, but I don't think he's going to be able to stand in front of me with his guard up, soaking up body shots and head shots around the eardrums and in the face and around the rib cage with them little 10-ounce gloves off a puncher like me. I just can't see it happening, but if he does, fair play to him. But I break ribs with 18 and 20-ounce gloves on, and I do damage and spar him with head guards. So with them little gloves I wear, it's going to be in pain. I'm sure he is.
Now, Carl, when you've been around Abraham, I know we knew that you sort of forged a bit of a friendship with Mikkel Kessler. Then you had that fantastic fight of him narrowly losing. How's your relationship been with Arthur Abraham? Because you've been around him in different parts of the world and at different events. How do you get on, or don't you get on with him?
It's a bit of a stalemate, really. We're all right with talk, but he's quiet with everybody. He doesn't really get on with Mikkel Kessler either. Yeah, he's very quiet. There's a language barrier there as well, you see. He's not massively sort of up to speed with the English, with the English language. So he says his few bits, but he's a character. He's okay. Yeah. He seems like a gentleman. I know it was bad news what he did against Durrell, with Durrell slipping over, but other than that, he's a clean fighter, and he's in the fight to win, and he means business. He's just a tough, hard warrior.
And Carl, good news that Lucien Boutte has done a deal with Showtime, so he could be waiting out there. He's one of the other guys out there that a lot of fans are calling for to be included in the Super 6, but he's done a deal with Showtime, so at least he's out there for one of you next year, hopefully.
Exactly. You can see what they've done there, can't you? Showtime signing Lucien Boutte up, but another guy I'm not totally impressed about. I don't know who he's fought, who he's got on his record. Lebrando Andrade.
And the last opponent was hopeless.
Exactly. So I'm not too excited about him. But he's a big name. He's a massive draw in Canada. So he's unbeaten. He's IBF champ. So he deserves to be there. So yeah, whoever wins the Super 6 is probably going to get a chance to get that title as well, which would be great.
Well, listen, Carl, I'll see you hopefully out in Helsinki next week. Good luck with the rest of your preparations, and thanks for joining us, Carl Froch.
Don't forget, Steve, tune into Prime Time, Channel 48. You know the move.
Yes, it's on Prime Time. You want to watch this, it's a pay-per-view on Prime Time. You can Google it, get the information. It's very simple. And I tell you what, people criticise Prime Time. They haven't let us down yet. They've delivered every time, man.
Yeah, too right. Virgin on demand. Cheers, Steve. Take care, mate.
Thanks very much, Carl Froch there joining us for a brief chat. He gets a bit edgy closer to the day, and absolutely right. Now we've been